This is just not working. All right, guys. Hey, Doug, can we spotlight the video? Great. And we'll get started. Everyone's being so calm and quiet today. How are you enjoying those salads? Good? Good. Oh, look, I love how creative you got with them. Make sure this guy's okay. There we go. Hey, Zoom, can you guys hear me okay? Got the microphone on today.
Sounds good.
Oh, good. Thank you for that feedback. Love it. All right, guys, grab your delicious salads, come down, take a seat. We got some fun stuff today. We're going to start breezing through. We've got a lot going on this morning, and it's going to be a great meeting. Let's start out by sharing some bucket fills, shout outs. I want to give a shout out to everyone who was here for the critical conversations yesterday. If you guys were here, raise your hand. I love it. When you came in yesterday at 7 a.m., I was actually talking to Simon on the phone about it yesterday, and I said, normally people don't wake up early, but let me tell you, you guys were here. Nita was here at 6:45, and she was here and ready for that. And I know we sat with each other from 7 a.m. till 3 p.m. yesterday. It was amazing. Tons and tons of value. What are some of your takeaways from that? Does anyone want to share maybe their top thing that they're implementing in their business? Dialogues now that you're filling your mouth full? And then practice. I love that. Practice. And Anita, what about practice?
Something that I need to do more. And I recognize that I will be much more successful the more I practice, because already in my head, I'm already going through the scripts. I actually went home, walked the dog, came back, and I went through the workbook.
Great.
And I took my handwritten notes and put them on a printout. And then as I was going through, I realized that I was actually practicing in my head. So my dog is going to be able to sell real estate.
Yeah. We should not be practicing what we say in front of our clients, to our sphere, to our loved ones. Practice what you say much, much, much more further than in that exact moment. Otherwise, we're editing, right? Isn't that what he said? We're practicing, we're editing, we're copywriting all in one same moment. And no one is superhuman, and that does not go without error, right? I love that. How about anyone else? Stefan, before you take your big bite, what was your what was your thing you want to implement?
Eliminating the word cost.
Yes, cost.
Cost from vocabulary. It's an investment. It's a fee. It's not a cost. Cost represents something that you have to give. The cost for my representation, it's like, no, the fee for my representation is X. So I'm working to remove cost from my vocabulary.
Yeah, that was a really good one. Talking about cost, there was lots of great words, you guys. I'm just going to reiterate back to you. Please go get his book, the Phil Jones Exactly What to Say book. Come to the script and role play at 10 before 11 before the team meeting. You're going to get a great opportunity to practice those conversations. Lots of times, all it is one or two words that changes the total trajectory of our relationship with someone that we're going to be in contact with, right? I love that. But that was my shout out. Anyone else? Shout outs, bucket fills, many.
Shout out to Andrea. Is Andrea here? She's over there. Superstar TC. That's her little corner over here. She's usually making very little noise, unless the clicking, ticking noise. But one of the best TCs we ever worked with. So if you're looking to leverage your business, have someone run your files. Oh, there she is.
Thank you.
Say that to everybody.
Great. That's great.
And it helps that she knows the business as well.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes she will, hey, you missed something over here or there. So it's a whole different level of TC. So thank you for your support.
Absolutely. If you're using an emergency, just want to quickly let you know, I'm always available. And I'm in the office, I'm usually from 9 to 2. And always available by 10 to 2.
That's great. Thank you. I love that. Thank you. Anyone else? All right, moving on. Let's take a look at our closings that we have for this week. Let me hide this here really quick. That way I can see it. Okay, you guys, closings for this week. Richard Rodriguez, Amy Mines, Laura Baton, Shannon Jones team, Bruce Leibovich, Keith Koss, Judy Pierce, Veronica and Shira, Jasmine, Live Distinctively, Allison Van Wig ×6. Wow. Penny McCann, yeah, Penny, and Richard Hahn, Tony Hong. Where's Tony? I know he's in here. And Richard Chung. You guys, what does that equal? Get ready for this. Nope. Anticipation. And then I didn't click the button. And come on. This is oh, this mouse. Wow. 17 million. $811,900. Holy smokes. Great week, right? Great week. Congratulations to everyone. So exciting. Next up, we want to have I think she's on Zoom with us, Michelle. Are you on Zoom? Michelle, go ahead and unmute yourself. Michelle. Nope. No. Well, Michelle is with us. Not sure what's going on with her there. It's cutting in and out. Michelle, I'll give you one more time there.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay, great.
Michelle, what do you have for us?
Yeah, you guys, I want to say thank you for just giving me a few moments of your time this morning. I represent All Service Moving, and we are a moving provider. We team up with so many Keller Williams. We've got a location in Bell Garden, and we would love to handle your clients' moves. I manage the Realtor Referral Program, and when we developed the program, we wanted to be able to add value to what you can offer to your clients. So we actually have built a program just for realtors clients. We've got our own phone number. We offer them 10% off up to $200. Or if they would rather, and they're going to stage their home and they need a month of storage, we'll offer your client 1 month of storage absolutely free. So, and it doesn't, as long as they use us for moving, we'll go pick up their items. We'll take their items back to the storage unit. And then when you're ready to have us deliver their items to their new home that you sold them, we'll come pick them up out of the storage unit and deliver them. So all you have to do is basically offer to your client that you'll take care of a month of storage for them if they partner with your moving company. And you can put that on your own letterhead, which really looks like you're providing that as a value for them using you as their realtor. We specialize in residential and commercial. We can pack your clients' goods, or if they just want to box themselves and have us just pick them up and move them, we can do that as well. We have a 3-hour minimum job. So by the time we get there, pack them and get them to their new location, usually everything takes 3 hours anyway with traffic in that area. So we just wanted to let you guys know about our services and let you know we're very, very happy to answer any questions. I would like to give you guys 2 phone numbers. The first phone number is your client's number, the number that they'll call when they need a quote or to coordinate a move. That number is 844-781-MOVE. Okay. And then my personal phone number, when you're going to send somebody my way, shoot me a text or give me a call, or add me on Instagram. I'm the Moving Queen. Funny little name that I phrased, but everyone seems to like it. And let me know that you're sending a client our way. I'll handhold the job, make sure that I circle back with you and let you know when they've booked and how everything is going. They get the best moving crew available for the day of their move. We always give Realtor Referrals top VIP status. We do a post-move survey, and I think we have a 5-star down in LA. We've got 4 states, Washington, Oregon, Los Angeles, and or Arizona, California, and Phoenix area. We've got locations in. So we move up and down the West Coast every single day. and we can help your clients nationwide as well. I did want to ask if there's any questions, if anybody might have any questions about just moving questions.
Anyone have any moving questions specifically? It's great that they work all over in the States. We know a lot of people are relocating. No, Michelle, I don't see any. Oh yeah, many. Yeah.
Michelle, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so if you can ask her, like, what is the trend right now that they're seeing? Mostly people moving out of California or people moving from outside to California? Like, where are they moving from or to?
Good question. Did you hear that?
It is a great question, and I think that traffic and taxes have a lot to do with that. We've seen a lot of flow between Southern California and Phoenix area over the last 5 years. A lot of trends for U.S. van lines also show Texas and Nevada and Arizona. Those four moves from Southern California. But there's so much traffic down there, you guys there's so much movement going on. There are people moving to Southern California because you can't beat the weather and it's just wonderful down there. So you're going to see a lot of interstate movement and just and nationwide. It's really starting to pick up. So these are our busy months. You'll want to make sure that your client gets on our books as soon as possible, for sure, through the middle to end of September. Definitely give us as much notice as you can. Okay. Are there any other questions?
That was great. Thank you. Any other questions?
And you guys can,
No?
you guys can text me too.
Great. Great.
Oh, that's a cell phone over there?
Yes, that's her cell phone over there. She did just give that as well. And then Michelle, just to confirm, it's 503-560-5415, right? Great.
Yes. Guys, shoot me a text. Let me know who you are. I get down to the Los Angeles area about every 8 weeks. I also travel between Seattle and Phoenix as well, and I live in Portland. So I'm always trying to help you in any way that I can. If you want your client to call me first and explain to them what we do, I can do that as well. But we've got a great sales team that will help them at that realtor referral line as well. And you will want them to mention your name when they call, so I know who to thank.
Yeah.
Really appreciate that.
Great. Great. Well, thank you so much, Michelle. You guys, round of applause for Michelle. Thank you. Make sure you put her phone number in your cell phones right now so you guys can contact her when inevitably your clients need it. And again, they have these fun little promotional things that you can share with your clients or give to them when they open escrow. So that way we go through there. Let's take a look at our new listings we have for the week. Trevor has a new listing in Irvine. It's a 14th Parthia in Irvine. It's a 3-bed, 2.5 bath, listed for 1.368. We have Kelly Lopes has a new listing on Santa Fe Avenue in Long Beach. It's listed for $550. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Lure has a listing in Studio City. It's listed for $849. It's a 2-bed, 2-bath. Some wicked guitars on the wall. Richard Hahn. Richard has a listing. It's on Apple Blossom Street in La Puente. It's a 3-bed, 2-bath, listed at $698,000. We have Live Distinctively with their listing in Oceanside. It's listed at $719, and it's a 2-bed, 2-bath. Shira Dunn has a beautiful listing in Tarzana, listed at 6.995, so just under 7 million. 7-bed, 8.5 bath. Beautiful property. Ortal has a listing in Palm Springs. Congrats, Ortal. 1.399, 5-bed, 4.5 bath. We have Hengame has one in Woodland Hills, $459,000, 1-bed, 1-bath. Mandy McConnell has a listing out in Pear Blossom. It's vacant land. It's $165,000.
Just mention that it's 4.5 acres.
4.5 acres. Pear Blossom.
It's like an Acton area, Antelope Valley. It's like Lancaster-ish.
Yes, very large. Lots of dirt, buy dirt, right? Buy dirt. Allison Van Wig has a listing on Hackett. It's listed for $840, a 3-bed, 1-bath. We have Country Club Drive in Lakewood. It's listed at $2 million with Allison Van Wig, 4-bed, 3-bath. Rich Rodriguez has a listing. I know the SoCal warehouse team has been hitting it really hard and they've been getting quite a few. So congrats. Listed at $400,000. It's industrial land. And now we've moved on to listing pitches. Buyer needs. Who has any listings they want to pitch? Buyers you can't find properties for. Love it. Yes.
I have a listing in Irvine. It's really a 2-bedroom and extended loft. I don't know if you have anybody in the Irvine area. It's a little, removed, but it's in West Park. Great property. Can probably be fixed up and even sort of resold. So, yeah. Anybody in that area? Let me know.
Great to see you. Sorry I skipped you earlier, Trevor. Good to see you. 1368. Who else? Any other listings they'd like to pitch? Yes.
Or auction, we would prefer to do a pocket listing. So if you have anything coming up anywhere in Southern California, let me know. Heidi, thanks.
Anywhere in Southern California.
In under.
Okay, good. Anywhere in Southern California. I love it. Anyone else? Saw some hands. Listings you'd like to pitch? Richard.
In Hacienda Heights, the same development is going to be on the market in about 2 weeks. Similar to one of the ones that we sold, but it has solar, so it's a brand new build. They're still doing some work on it. That should be on in about 2 weeks. I would say, so figuring out price, $929. Looks like $939 might be somewhere around there. That's about 2,200 square feet. We have a 4.2 coming in orange. That's about 1,600 square feet. Listed maybe 1.1 or so. A fourplex coming on in South LA. Good cap rate, about close to a 5% cap rate. Gonna probably sell 1.1, 1.15.
Congratulations. Great job. I love that. Who else? Buyer needs, listing pitches. Anyone? Well, speaking of new construction, I wanted to bring this person in. Eric came in to the office here. Eric, why don't you come on up here? Came into the office to share some new properties that are coming in the market in the Bixby area. I know that this is what we're working right now, so I wanted to invite him into the meeting to come share some of the information. I can pass stuff around too while you're talking. You could leave it right there. Oh, great. Thank you, Z. All right. So why don't you tell us about our beautiful new development we have going up and an opportunity to share with your clients?
Yeah, first of all, thanks for having me here. I've been to a lot of real estate offices, and believe it or not, I get a little bit of resistance, and I don't understand that. I walked in, I talked to Alex and told him about this just real quick. I've got right in town, 15 of them in the Richmond Old area.
Can't hear anything.
Oh, I don't have a two. Oh, my God. Steal that from you?
Yep, of course you can.
Okay, so once again, thanks for being here. The reception I got about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, I think it was Alex I ran into in the doorway. Told him about Bixby Walk real quick in the Bixby Knolls area, and his first reaction was inventory. So every week I do a list or a search and see the Bixby Knolls, California Heights, Los Cerritos area is in the zip code 90807. So if I do a search in 90807, just condos and townhomes, there's 3. That's it in the entire zip code. So such low inventory. So not surprised that I got that reaction that great, we got some inventory here. So I've got 15 homes in the Bixby Knolls area. I'm off of Long Beach Boulevard, actually the corner of 37th and Elm. 3-story townhomes, 2 and 3 bedroom. Our largest floor plan has an option for a 4th bedroom. This is what it's going to look like. And it actually already kind of looks like this. The exterior is almost done. We're opening a model home on July 13th, and it'll be right here on the corner. And this is 37th, and this is Elm. That model home's the largest floor plan, the 3-bedroom with the option for the 4th. So again, opening that on July 13th, 15 homes altogether. Price range from the high 7s to the high 9s. It's about a 200,000 different price difference in price range. And do we have a
Next slide.
Sure, next slide.
Yep, the mouth
See what
is
we have
freaking
here.
out again today.
Oh,
There we
okay.
go. We're
No
good.
problem.
We'll get there.
See what else we
I
got.
don't know why the mouse is doing this today.
Okay.
There we go.
Anybody from, you all from, everybody from Long Beach, right? You all familiar with Bixby Knolls area? I live on this side of town here, right off Studebaker. So they sent me over there a couple of months ago let's skip the next one too. There we go. So I live on this side of town off Studebaker. And so they send me over there a couple of months in advance to get used to the neighborhood. What a neighborhood. Now me and my family, my wife and kids, we go over to the Bixby area for all the shops and restaurants and everything. And the first Fridays on Atlantic Avenue. Favorite coffee place now is Cassidy's Corner. They make a fantastic latte. Yeah. There's one up here on Spring and Las Codes Diagonal as well. But yeah, great place. The craft brew places are fantastic. The ramen restaurants are fantastic. So love the area. Anyway, this is our plan one. It's a 2-bedroom with a tandem 2-car garage. This will be the one that'll be in the 700s, the high 700s. Open living space on the middle floor, like a lot of floor plans are now. Dining, seating, large oversized kitchen island in the kitchen. And we called this flex and dining with a little extra wall here that helps out the refrigerator, of course, but it also makes this look like possibly a separate area. It's going over really well with the people who are looking at that right now, thinking, yeah, if I've got dining here, I've got an office there, or a workout room, or a place for the kids to hang out or whatever. And then 2 bedrooms upstairs, primary bedroom with a really nice, generous walk-in closet. Secondary bedrooms are usually in brand new homes about a 10 by 10, kind of small. These are oversized, they're huge. So really nice floor plan. You can click to the next one. And we've got a plan 2, a 3-bedroom, side-by-side garage. Oh, probably the most important thing about these homes are the future of new homes. 2020, solar is required. So these are going to have solar. But now the future is also no gas, all electric. So we're doing these all electric. These are going to have solar panels. Everything's electric water heater, electric washer and dryer, everything. But they're also going to have backup batteries. And that's kind of the wave of the future in solar. The last neighborhood I sold was in Buena Park. We had solar panels, but no backup batteries. Well, Edison getting creative and not giving as much credit back for the solar energy you send to them. Backup batteries are crucial because while you are at work during the day and generating electricity, you're storing it now in your batteries. You get home at night. Now you're using electricity, you're using your own instead of buying it back from Edison. So this is huge that we have not only solar, but the backup batteries, and we have a backup electric panel for power outages. If the neighborhood power goes out, you still have 10 circuits in your house that still work, refrigerator, computer, some crucial stuff. So that's part of these. Plan 3. There's our plan 3. Again, side-by-side garage, water heater, solar batteries in the garage, bedroom downstairs. Really unique. Most townhomes are garage, living area, bedrooms. This one's going to have again, an oversized bedroom, not your 10 by 10, but this is like a 12 by 13 on the first floor. Again, all living area. All 3 floor plans have an outdoor deck. Some of the floor plans, in fact, most of them are going to have a patio on the first floor as well. A little outdoor fenced in patio area. So you get a little outdoor space on the first floor. And then the top floor, the other 2 bedrooms. So 3 altogether, and the loft could be a 4th bedroom. So yeah, what else have I got there? Have I got the plan, the site plan on there? Let's jump to the site plan.
What's the site plan? There we go.
That's the location.
That's all we got, I think.
Oh, I didn't do the site plan. There it is.
This one? Okay.
Yeah. So this is it. Again, it's on 37th Elm Street. Long Beach Boulevard is over here. Atlantic is over here. It's walking distance. One of the things, oh, this is really cool. The walk score or walkability score is 89. It's the highest that Olson Company's ever had of any of our neighborhoods. And the Olson Company builds neighborhoods that always have the word walk in the title. So this is Bixby Walk. And the reason for that is we always build in neighborhoods or try to find locations that are walkable to your favorite restaurant, your favorite store, your shopping center, your work, hopefully, would be really cool.
We have some people that are asking questions too.
Oh, great.
HOA, amenities.
HOA is $480 a month. Amenities are right here. It's going to have fire pit, barbecue, covered tables and chairs. This HOA area is going to be gated. So I think 8 of the homes here are going to feel like they're gated because they're behind those gates to get to the HOA area. And of course, insurance, exterior building maintenance, roof maintenance and replacement. This is turning out really beautiful. It's not finished yet, but they're paving the whole drive in. So it's going to be a really nice drive into the garages. Here's those exterior patio areas on the first floor on those homes. What else? There was something else I was going to mention. Maybe it'll come up with questions.
Yeah.
Any questions?
Questions? You say price points?
Yes. So the 2-bedroom is going to start in the high 700s. And then the 2 3-bedroom floor plans, the smaller is going to be in the 800s, probably mid to high 800s. And then the last plan I showed you, the plan 3 that could be a 4-bedroom, is going to be in the mid to high 900s. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so fun.
Is there a new home sales team on there or do you need help?
Right here.
Okay.
I'm at 15 homes. We only need 1. So I'm going to handle them all. Has anybody ever sold new homes before? Yeah. Okay. So you took them to the new home sales office and whatnot. Easiest money. So it's 2% commission. You bring your client to me on their first visit. If they come to me on their own, there's no commission. You bring them on their first visit, we sign you up, and then I do everything. I do the purchase contract. I coordinate between lender and escrow to get them closed and everything. You can walk away and get your 2%. Easiest money in the market. Yeah. Right.
Or someone can call you to just register their clients, right?
Have to show up with your
You
client
want- you
on their
have to show
visit.
up.
Yeah.
Just make sure, okay.
Yep. Yep. Anything else?
Good question.
Don't forget.
How big are the 2 or 3 bedrooms?
Oh, great question. The largest, 18, this one's 1864 square feet, a 3-bedroom that can have the 4th. The other one's 1596, the other 3-bedroom. Yeah.
Lisa, any other questions?
Yeah, it was something about the neighborhood I was going to tell you about. I think I got it.
We love the neighborhood.
Yeah, the neighborhood's just,
Guys,
neighborhood's fantastic.
depends on condos.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, there's only condo and townhomes. Condo and townhomes, there's only 3 on the market in that neighborhood. And then the rest is, I do have some people considering that are in a little higher price point, considering detached, but they're going to find something built from 1900 and 1930s
Yeah.
and pay probably a minimum $1.3 million for that, and then have to renovate it and fix it up. And the advantage to that is they'll get a yard.
Exactly.
Yeah. So the people who are looking at these are actually don't want a yard because they're too busy. So you can pay less, not have the maintenance.
Open houses, by appointments only.
It's going to be by appointment only. So I open on July 13th. You can book an appointment for July 13th, and we've set it up. I don't know if we're trying to. Yeah, I probably shouldn't say that we're trying to get around something, but it's per the city of Long Beach, we have to be by appointment only because we didn't get a business license to have an open store. So yes, it has to be by appointment only, but you can book an appointment, and we have 100 available appointments on July 13th. Got it?
The reason I'm asking because, I mean, if you can accommodate, we can maybe do a private open house just for us.
That's kind of the what's going to be the beauty of this is after July 13th, I think we're going to be pretty crowded on the day, but if you come in the 14th, 15th and you have an appointment, you have an appointment. So it's just you. It's not going to be, a big crowd. It'll be a one-on-one.
Yeah.
And I
Yep.
But
assume
maybe
one of
we can
the,
coordinate a showing, yeah.
I assume one of the units is a model unit, stay.
Yes, just
Can you go back?
Yep.
this one.
Okay.
Yeah, plan 3. This is something we're doing unique here too. Usually for brand new homes, if you purchase when we're at ground level, all we have is concrete. We haven't started framing. You have your choice of all different options. You have electrical options. You can put in extra lighting, whatever you want. In these, we are adding all the electrical. So you're already going to have flush mount lights in the bedrooms, dining room, kitchen, hallways, everything. They're all included. There's a lot of extra low voltage wiring included. The TV wiring to hide your wires in the wall. It's all included. So we're building all the homes up to drywall and stopping there until somebody purchases, and then they'll be able to go to a design studio and choose their cabinets, countertops, flooring, fixtures, plumbing fixtures, the personal stuff. Like flooring, you don't want me to choose that. I have no taste. So you want to have your choice. So we're stopping at drywall, and then every homeowner is going to have their choice to either Take a standard, which you have a choice of colors, or you can go to Design Studio and choose upgrades.
Great.
Yeah. And then these are going to close in October, November timeframe.
Good transaction.
Sorry, you've had your hand up forever.
Is that when a good time would be if you allow it? Like if we wanted to make like a Frankie type social media to advertise, is that possible to do like that?
We discourage that only because I don't know, most new home builders, just a little bit of background about myself is I've been doing this since 1997. I've worked for 6 different home builders. None of those builders like to have a real estate company do their own social media on our homes. We have our own advertising. We put it all out there because we want to control what's going out there. We want the information to be accurate, correct, and what we want, the message we want to get out there. So we prefer you don't do that.
Any other? Good question. Any others? Oh, all right. Thank you.
Got
Is someone
somebody online?
unmuting on Zoom to ask a question?
Hey, Hallie.
Yeah.
Kelly is asking about the pet policy.
What's the pet policy?
Pet policy is per normal CCNR rules, nothing exotic or illegal. They say a maximum of 2 with a little bit of flexibility. I forgot the wording, but I did read about this. Normal pets, dogs, cats, fish, birds, that kind of stuff. Yeah, but no restrictions on,
Tigers? No.
definitely no tigers, but no restrictions on types of dogs, any type, you know,
Okay.
is fine.
That's a great one. You
Yeah.
guys, round of applause. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good
Oh.
to have some new inventory come in.
Yeah, absolutely. And I have brochures with the yep. Oh, you already have them. Okay.
Yeah, you guys.
And I have extras too, right? I mean, there were some extras.
Sure. Yeah, we
Okay.
passed out. Yep.
So for anybody who's on Zoom but comes in or whatever, hopefully there's some, and I have business cards here, and that's it. Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you so
right.
very much for coming in. It's always good to have new inventory. Again, it's a very easy sale when you go through new construction. Hey, you guys, who's competitive? Can you raise your hand? Can I get your attention? Who's competitive? I love how Leslie's the only one that raised her hand. I'll double raise my hand. Many, you raise your hand. Simon, you better raise your hand because I know you guys are competitive. So we wanted to do something a little fun today. We're going to do a team quiz. So I need all of your attention. Even on Zoom, you guys can play along, Zoomies. Pull out your cell phones for me. Pull out your cell phones for me. And I'm going to pull up a link and we are going to take a little quiz to test our knowledge about some of the things that we've been seeing here recently, and Simon coming in to speak about them. Let's just hit stop share here. There we go. So I can share this. Does everyone have their cell phones out? Does everyone have their cell phones out? All right. Let's get started here. Okay, so as you guys are scanning this QR code, it should show up here in just a second. Is it loading?
Broker get to participate or?
No, Simon, you don't get to participate. All right, guys, here's what you're going to do. Pull out your cell phones, scan this QR code. Put in the code when you scan the QR code. You're going to enter in your first and last name, and we're going to see them start to pop up on this screen. I want everyone to participate here. Oh, Gina, good to see you at home on Zoom. Good, good. Guys, scan the QR code, put your name in. We have a fun little prize for this. We're going to test your knowledge about some of the stuff we've been coaching and talking about. And we're going to take a look and see what we're retaining right now. Ooh, seeing lots of other names. We got Frankie, Kathy, Manny. Great. We've got 6 right now. You guys put in that code, put in your name. 7. Scan it right in. I see lots of you guys on your phone. We're going to take a fun little quiz together. There we go. Got Tracy and Jenny. See Deborah, Stefan's in there. We know Stefan's going to win. Do you guys need help? You guys need help? Does anyone need help? Does anyone need help getting in? I see a couple more typing in. We're going to have a good time. We're going to have a good time. Anyone else? Penny? All right, guys. Okay, last call. Anyone else? Anyone else? Last call. All right, so here's what's going to happen. I'm going to hit start. It's going to read through the questions. We only have 7 questions we're going to go through. After I read the question, it's going to count down 3, 2, 1, and then that's your opportunity to answer the question. Now, it's going to give you points based on correct answer and time. So the quicker you can answer the question, the better. Okay? Are you guys ready to play? Let's have some fun. Let's have some fun. All right, the first question. Okay, you guys, here's the first question. What date do the practice changes that are required by the NAR settlement go into effect? What date do this? I said it'll count down 3, 2, 1, go. Now it's going to give you your options. Click the options. What date do the practice changes required by the NAR settlement go into effect? Select your answer. Please don't say them out loud. Oh, no, you can log back in. You can log back in. What changes? When did the changes go into effect, guys? August 17th. The NAR changes go into effect August 17th. Okay. Next question. Let's see. Kim Nguyen, Heidi Bailey, and Frankie on top of the leaderboard. Next question. Which of these forms outlines the professional relationship with a client who's looking to purchase a home and what compensation the broker will be receiving for the sale? 3, 2, 1, go fast. Again, the question is, which of these forms outlines the professional relationship with a client who's looking to purchase a home and what compensation the broker will receive? Okay, which of these forms? I love this. Couple seconds here. Which of these forms? Are you ready? What does it stand for? Who wants to tell me what it stands for? Stefan, what does it stand for?
Buyer representation, broker compensation.
And broker compensation. The BRBC. You're going to see that a lot. The BRBC. Okay? The BRBC. Let's take a look at the scoreboards. Heidi. And Richard Chung coming up there. Then we got Frankie, solid third. All right, next up. Can an agent show a buyer a home without a buyer representation agreement? Again, this is after the changes go into effect. Not currently now, but after the changes go into effect. Can an agent show a buyer a home without a buyer's representation agreement? Here are your options. Okay, again, this is after the 17th. Answers, you've got yes, as long as you have a valid real estate license. B is only to immediate family. C is never. D, only at an open house. Okay. Can an agent show a home without a buyer's representation agreement? Answer is ding, ding, ding. Ooh, trick question. I think we got some of you guys on that one, right? Technically, you can show a home that you're hosting open. Why, Simon? He helped me write these questions.
Like lost for words.
We're doing better. But we know, Simon.
Yeah, with all of these changes happening, to be in coincides with the NAR settlement, these are the agreements that each and every state needs to be implemented in order for us to all be in compliance.
Yeah, and you can only do it in an open house because at an open house, you're acting as the fiduciary to the seller at that point, right? So you can show someone a house you're opening. Let's go show you the home down the street. You need to make sure you have a buyer's representation put into place. Huh? well, you're not allowed to, but if you're hosting open, you can show them around the house. Yeah, you can show them around the house. All right, let's take Frankie. Ooh, Frankie squeaked you out there. Next question. Do I have to show a buyer a house with $0 broker compensation? That's the question. Do I have to show a buyer a house with $0 broker compensation? Okay. It's easy. Yes or no? You got a 50-50 chance. 50-50 chance here. So messing with your heads. Get ready. We got a couple seconds left. Glad to see you Zoomies engaged there. Couple seconds left. Let's take a look. What's the answer? No. The answer is no.
What? Do I have to show?
No, you don't have to show.
I think the trick there is that if you have a buyer representation agreement and you put 0, then you have that, right? I think the answer is not to do a buyer representation agreement with 0.
I don't get it.
Right.
So you get that?
Kathy, Frankie, Kim. Moving on.
Yeah, let's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no. You do not have to show a home with 0 buyer's compensation. So that question must have been wrong in the system. So I apologize, you guys. It might have chosen the wrong one.
No, but
You are not required. The question is, are you required to show a home with 0% compensation? And the answer is no, you're not required to, because at the point of even going before showing them the home, you would have already had a buyer broker agreement in place that has a certain percentage of compensation.
Let me clarify, let me add to
Yeah.
that, just so that way, full transparency. With the forum, and I know it's a little confusing, but let's just real talk, okay? You're having a conversation with a potential, right, a potential buyer. Does that necessarily mean that you're talking real estate, you automatically want to put a percentage or a flat fee there? Answer, no, because in the eyes of what we currently have, right, we technically speaking, we get the commission from the listing side, right? This is after the fact, right, after August 17th. So the answer is, it really depends on the scenario and the situation, because again, if you're in an open house, are you going to slap up with a buyer representation agreement, right, and say, well, it's going to be 2.5%. So that's where I think the dilemma and the confusion is. Right?
Also, just to add
Good
this
answer.
one, if it was asking, can you show the buyer a house for $0 with no compensation? Yes, you can.
Yes.
It's up to you what you
Yes.
do. I think it was a bit misleading.
Right.
It probably was the wrong answer. So I'm really upset. There's a foot in the back of the.
Thank you. All right. Who can cancel the BRBC? Yep, it hasn't started yet. See how competitive he is? I love this. Who can cancel the BRBC, the buyer's representation broker compensation agreement? Who can cancel it? Who can cancel? Okay, who can cancel? Who can cancel the BRBC? It's the agent and broker, the buyer, or both. It'll load, it'll load. The agent broker, the buyer, both the buyer and seller. Both the buyer and seller.
Wait, Stefani's taking his time.
All right, guys, who can cancel? Both the broker and the buyer. Here's something I want to point out. Remember that cancellation needs to happen in writing, So if the buyer says, hey, I don't want to work with you anymore, we need to follow up with written, right, Simon? Yeah, follow up with written. Yes, thank you, Simon. Let's take a look at this. Frankie holding down that top spot. Kathy and Kim, congrats. All right, next question. If the BRBC shows broker compensation of 2%, and the seller's offering compensation of 2.5 without further negotiation, what amount of commission would be owed? Okay. You have a piece of paper, a contract that says 2%, and the seller's offering 2.5% compensation without further negotiation. What amount of commission, gross commission, is owed to the brokerage? Okay.
Oh, there are no math questions in there.
Is it 3%? Is it 2.5%? Is it 0.5%, or is it 2? Right. 2%. You guys, the key word in there, exactly what Manny said, which is without further negotiation. Now we know there's a way to negotiate that, right? It's important that it's disclosed to the buyer, but without further negotiation, it will be whatever the amount on your buyer's agreement.
We ask all of you, knowing the current circumstances, how do we retain that additional 0.5% of commission?
Reading the contract.
No. No. No.
Operating broker.
Modification of the buyer representation agreement.
I'm gonna say something. I was on the legal brown bag. Don Giovanelli was talking.
Yeah, PWR.
Yes, last Friday. And again, he reiterated that is going to be a no-no. I'm just reiterating what I heard.
I have to disagree because I've done some training. And again, everything is all subject to change, okay? But I'm talking now, just like today was the official day where all of these changes were supposed to be in effect for zip forms. But now it got pushed, and I'm gonna be talking a little bit about it. But to answer your question, Penny, 100%, you know, everyone's has their own base of opinion.
Correct.
Okay?
Yes.
And that's just an opinion, and I get it, and I respect, because I know who he is. But based on the training that I've got, everything is subject to change, modify, and adapt. It doesn't, just because it's black and white, doesn't mean, just like real estate transaction. You want it to go smooth, but are they gonna have hiccups? 100%.
And just to.
But what is it today?
Well, and just to
I
add.
know, it's normal.
And just to add, I was in a convention a few weeks ago, and one of the top attorneys in Southern California was on panel talking about this and that. And then the California Association of Realtors, was number 2, the second to Gov, was seeing what this guy, because it was recorded, said like, this is all wrong. Okay. And Simon and I found a typo in, was that the RPA? The RPA, right?
It was on the, I think it was on the buyer representation agreement, or the purchasing.
Whatever. Yeah. So now they're going to release all the forms. A few forms they're going to hold back if you got the email, because there are typos or mistakes or what have you. So there's so many loopholes. So that to your point, and thank you for bringing this up, Penny, because if you're not sure, let's run it by us and let us run it by another source just to understand what it is.
And just to add to what Manny, and piggyback to what you're saying, and thank you, Penny, for sharing this. Manny found the typo, and I just reinforced and took it to Carligo. Carligo didn't have the answer, so they had to take it to a higher, which are the ones that draft these forms. And I got a voice message, which I forward to Manny. And it was a mistake. It was a typo, and they thanked us.
So we can thank Manny for the forms being delayed.
Before you go, Stefan, I'm sorry. I just need to throw this out. Let's say that the compensation is $500 from the buyer's representation, and the seller is offering 2.5%. Are you gonna be okay with $500?
No, of course
Probably not, right? That's why I'm saying you're gonna be able to modify to be able to retain the 2.5%. So there's a form called the modifications that it attaches to the addendum of the buyer representation agreement.
Great questions. We've got one more on the quiz too.
I think at some point, we have to start talking about our practices, right? I mean, this was March. August is almost here, and we keep saying that things are subject to change, but what are we gonna take to the marketplace on August 17th. We have to have some practice to go to the marketplace on August 17th.
And now we spoke about the last LC meeting, right, of the combined offices, and what we kind of agreed to do is the form is going to be released. Is it today, actually?
No, most of them are the 17th.
Some of the forms today, most of the NAR settlement agreements, such as your listings, all of your listings, your single, commercial, vacant, all of those been pushed till August 17th.
How about the buyer representation agreement?
17th.
To the 17th.
17.
Okay,
Yeah.
so back to your point, Stefan, but it's a good valid point, is whatever is gonna be enrolled, that's gonna be a new practice based on revised forms.
Right.
We're gonna share in like that kind of form,
Yes.
team meetings and what have you, because by the way, this is the biggest turnouts that we have for classes.
Yes.
Team meetings, doesn't it, right? So we'll do that, and then some things we can just keep talking because it's not valid yet, and when it's gonna be valid, we can then share that practice based on practice in real time versus he said, she said type of opinion. Based.
Great.
I'd like to add to that. I mean, I don't have all of the answers here, and a lot of people.
Yes, you do.
Great, guys.
I think it goes back to, and I know my friend up here, she's locked into her presentation, so I'm not gonna take it. But I think it goes back to the other question of, can you take a buyer representation with zero compensation? So if the practice is, I'm going to get you to sign a buyer representation agreement without a commitment to compensation, but when the time comes to make an offer on the actual property you want, I'm going to amend the buyer representation agreement to reflect my commission for that property.
But that's gonna be also a company's policy if we're gonna be okay with our associates taking zero compensation, which is probably gonna be a no. Now, might be exceptions. I'll tell you what the exception. Anybody know what the exception is? Could be a little clue. You are with Keller Williams Realty. There's a specific financial model over here that calls the what?
Cap.
And what happens after you cap?
It's up to you.
You keep 5% commission. Make sense?
Yeah.
So that's given us way more flexibility as a brokerage, but it's like, we do say you cannot take, like we recommend to take a minimum of 5% commission on the listing side, which by the way, might change as well, because it is some form of I don't want to say legal document, but it has some language that might be issued with the NAR. But when you capped, you can take a listing for $1. Technically, right? I mean, you want to earn something. Or nothing. So it's up to you, but it's gonna be some status quo, so we're not gonna educate our newer agents, oh, it's okay to work for free.
Right.
So-
Good question. These are all really good discussions and I love how passionate everyone is about it. And I think the point is that we're going to learn together and just keep sharing what our experiences are, what we're seeing and what we're not
One more question.
seeing. Only one, only about 20 or so. All right. Frankie's been studying, does the BRBC need to be approved by an agent's broker or office manager to be binding? Okay. Does the BRBC need to be approved to be binding? Okay. Does it need to be? Huh? Frankie, yeah. Frankie's going to be teaching the contracts classes. He's doing great. Does the BRBC need to be approved by an agent's broker or office manager to be binding? This was a good one. This was a really good one. Okay. Ding, ding, ding. So the broker or manager does not need to approve it to be binding, although you need to provide that as soon as you can to the office. Why? Because the broker has up to 5 days to cancel the agreement if they don't agree with the terms. Right, Simon? Approve it. Approve the agreement. Up to 5 days, right? So you can't write anything crazy or funky in there and not show it to us and then expect us to back you up when we go to enforce it. Huh? Nope. So again, it doesn't need to be binding to be approved. It's still binding. It's still binding. That's an important word. It's still binding. If we don't, even if we don't approve it, we just have up to 5 days to cancel it.
Whoa. What?
Yes. We have up to 5 days to cancel it.
So it has to be approved by the manager to be bonded.
Technically, no, because we're not approving it. We just said, Simon, you can go and answer.
Yes, it's no difference in the listing agreement. There's a stipulation on the listing agreement that the manager and broker have 5 days after executing an agreement to approve it or not approve it. But we see something wonky on there, we may decide we're not gonna accept that listing.
So,
agreement.
no, let's talk on the buyer
I understand
representation.
that. I'm
So I know, but I'm so thirsty to talk about the world we're in today because it's here. And it's been about 90 days that we've been deferring this world that's now here, right? And NAR or CR deferred it again, right? But on a buyer representation agreement, if someone puts 1% and then the broker says, no, we're not going to do 1%, how do we undo that? We go back to the buyer and go, we can't do 1%?
We have to cancel the contract.
So to me, it's not gonna be necessarily the commission, it's gonna be something else that may be ridiculous, because on the form, it says that you have a buyer agreement, right, for X amount of months, right? I think was it 90 days, if I remember correctly? So if you put like 2 years on there,
Right.
okay, we're not going to tie a buyer for 2 years, because that's not realistic, right? But you may think, I want to tie up this buyer for future, right? Well, that's something that we can decline and not approve the agreement. Does that make sense? I know the commissions and all that, that's a conversational piece too. That, like Minnie was saying, what if you're a cap 100%?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So the biggest challenge.
No, but I'm saying it's not binding. I mean, look, some of us learning new things over here that we didn't know or just didn't pay attention to.
Yeah.
You know, and to your question, I mean, it's all valid. And it's good because we do need to understand the practice to make us more of a stronger negotiator,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
For ourselves first, and by doing that, we're, giving better service to our clients, right?
Yeah, because the biggest challenge, and it's been that from the time they announced it, is the amount that we get approved by the buyer when they sign the representation agreement is the max we can approve. I'm sorry, the max we can receive. That's been the challenge from the beginning.
Unless you can modify, unless you will modify it afterwards.
So we're going to meet with the buyer and say that I'm going to represent you. These are the things that I'm going to do, right? By the way, Phil Jones talked about highlighting the important things as opposed to saying I'm going to do 1,300 things when the buyer's only, they're only care about 5, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to do that, and then we have to get the buyer to agree to pay us a compensation that we have to assume we're going to keep, right? Because we can't get them to pay a compensation and say, well, we're going to go find a property that's 2 or 2.5%, and then we'll switch that property. Then we'll switch that agreement.
Even based on the commission.
Yes.
No, that's where your negotiation skills will kick in. But again, if the buyers agree to pay you, let's say 2.5% commission, okay, from the very beginning, they're obligated to pay 2.5% commission.
Right.
It's your ability with whatever the listing agent will offer. If they're already offering 2%, your buyer is only 0.5% into this. You follow?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the old way, right? The old way is that if the buyer said it's going to give us 2,
I said 2.5.
The buyer said they're going to give us 2.5, but the MLS says it's
Not the MLS, the listing agent.
The listing agent says it's 2.
So the buyer right now is
Obligated for 2.5.
Well, extra half.
For half, yes.
Yes, for the half. Good one.
But you see, we have to get used to the math.
That's the easy one.
Yeah.
The easy one is where we're gonna get,
It's easier if you ask to be compensated accordingly. So don't
Right.
go low, start with the right
Right.
number. I would even say, go ask for 3%.
yes.
Yeah.
Why not?
Start with the right number. Great.
That's Gil Jones.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. You guys, congratulations, Kathy. Woo! Kathy snaked us in. And just to be clear, with the exception of the one error that I made, Hallie. All of those questions actually came from CAR. So if you guys go and look at those tools and resources as we're all learning and growing together, they have a lot of really good ones. I took it from some of their legal hot sheets. So go on and just refresh yourself to all of these scenarios and situations, because I think that they're all going to be new to us, and we're going to come up with ideas of where things work or don't work. I'm sorry, yes?
No, I was just gonna say, something is the new forms are gonna be announced today, but now that's delayed. Is it going to be the 17th? That the new forms?
Simon, let's bring you up here to answer. You're up right after this to address these things, and I can give you the microphone so you can answer Stefan's question. It'll be great.
Okay.
There you go. That way people on Zoom can see and hear you.
Thank you. Okay, so as many of you know, they were going to impede all of the forms today. June 25th was the date that all of these, the buyer, the listings, and all the fun stuff were going to be part of zip forms. But there was obviously CAR was flagged with the Department of Justice. There's a lot of things that don't coincide to the NAR settlement. So therefore, they ended up pushing certain forms because it doesn't tie to the agreed upon NAR. So now that date is August 17th. Okay, August 17th. I want to stress that is also subject to change. Okay, so what I say now, just like I said a month ago and a month prior, it may be pushed another month or another 2 months. What are the biggest, or which of the forms are delayed? Okay, so the residential listing agreement is pushed to August 17th. The residential listing agreement, open, non-exclusive. The commercial and residential income listing agreement, the vacant land, the lease listing agreement, the modification of terms. Open house visitor non-agency disclosure. Those were pushed till August 17th. So you're not going, pardon me? Open house visitors non-disclosure. So that's the one that if you're having real estate conversation in an open house, technically speaking, with the new regulations, we're supposed to slap them with the buyer representation agreement. That's where this form comes into play. Okay. Well, that form has also been pushed to August 17th. On the buy side, these are the forms that also got pushed from today till August 17th. The buyer representation and broker compensation agreement, the open house visitor non-agency disclosure, non-exclusive, the buyer identification of preference and priorities, buyer's financial and personal information, meaning if they have money to pay a commission, or if it's a VA loan, that was that form. The anticipated broker compensation disclosure, cancellation of buyer representation agreement, notice of broker involved properties, and then the buyer side modification of terms. Okay, so that modification of terms on the buy side, that's the modification that will allow us to change the commission from a flat fee or a low percentage to align with what the seller is willing to pay us as compensation. Make sense? Any questions? Both the seller and the buyer side forms, the broker compensation advisory, the limited property representation and broker agreement, the CBC form also has been pushed till August 17th. And the last is the SPB form, which is the seller payment to buyer broker. Under the current purchase agreement, we have G3. If checked, right, that's the form that allows the seller full transparency of your buyer representation agreement to see what the buyer is paying you as commission. Okay, that form is also pushed to the purchase agreement. Purchase agreement, there was some added language, which was the insurance was added, so that should be in effect today. And some of the other, like the seller counteroffer, multiple counteroffer, there was added language or removed. Those forms will be changed today. So,
Any
okay.
questions or comments for Simon? You guys, one more round of applause for Kathy and Simon.
Thank you.
We're learning and sharing. We're learning and sharing. I love that. Thank you, Simon. Thank you, Simon. All right, next up, let's bring up our affiliate partner.
Sorry, answering my.
Okay, Sarah, are you here?
No,
No?
he's at the office.
Shelley missed five.
Doug, why don't you come on up here? Doug, what do you
I
have?
will
for
tell him.
us?
You guys tired of listening already? I'll be really, really fast. A couple things out here we have for you. When the class is over, we're teaching a class on selling to seniors. One thing about selling to seniors important is we have discounts. Discounts are 55 and older, discounts are veterans 25% off. You're selling home around $1 million or $1.5 million. You're gonna save $500, $750 for your seller on these. So these are great tools. WFD is also the 6th largest national underwriter in the country. It's not a small company, it's a very big company. It's been around 15 years. And I'm gonna roll through some screens here real quick, just so you can see what I'm presenting. We're gonna be able to help you find where these homeowners are. Then we're gonna help you show what to talk to them about. Is there a slideshow in there?
Nope.
Okay.
No.
No, I was gonna go, I wasn't gonna.
Oh, no,
Explain-
I just don't have any slides
Okay,
in there. Yeah.
But we have full packets for the class. If you want to come, we're gonna talk things about capital gains, 1031 exchange. We're talking about Prop 19 calculators. And you guys will get a lot of it.
Great. Show up for Doug's class after this. Thanks, Doug. Thanks, Doug. Sorry about that slideshow, buddy. We'll share it afterwards. Make sure I get it afterwards. Alex, what do you have for us?
We got the rates up there, folks. 6.625 on a conventional loan, 5.875 on a government loan. These are for highly qualified clients, right? This is high credit, decent down payments, not necessarily on the FHA, but yeah, rates have moved in a good direction since last week, right? Jumbo's under 7. So yeah, take a photo. Let's share that. That's great. What's happening? Friday.
Yeah, spread the word. Good
Friday is a
news.
really big inflation report. Again, every time we're up here, we're talking about another inflation report, but the one that comes out on Friday is called the PCE. What this measures is the behavior of consumers, right? It's really the most important one going on in the economy right now. What are people doing? Are they going and buying gas? Are they going and buying goods? Are they going to the grocery store and spending $500? Are they, doing only $250? So they're not going to Costco, right? So it's a really, really big report. Be on the lookout for it. It has a pretty decent impact on what rates will do. And that's on Friday. We're starting to see some changes in the consumer behavior, right? People are starting to spend less money. It's starting to work. The higher rates are starting to work. That's what that means. Okay. So it's a good thing. Even though we want people to spend money for our jobs, it's a good thing for the broad economy. It's a good thing for the future rate trajectory that we need to go down. Okay, 2 calls I get. One call is I don't want to buy a house right now because rates are too high. The difference in a payment for a 6.75 interest rate to a 5.75 interest rate on a $500,000 loan is $300 a month. $3,600 a year. They're going to get more than that in the house value. Okay. On a $750,000 loan, it's $500 a month, $6,000 a year. They're going to get more than that in the value going up, right? Use that, put that in your quiver. The other things I get are I don't have my money. I have to sell my house. Well, we have a loan called a cross collateral loan where you get to use the equity of the house that you own to buy the new place. You don't have to sell it. It's kind of like a bridge loan, but it's a much better loan. Cross collateral.
The bridge loan between that and bridge loans.
Bridge loans are like hard money loans.
Oh.
They're not, they're really expensive. The rates are really high. They don't get done very often. They get done at lower LTVs. So you have to have much more equity in the 2 properties than you would on this.
What's it called?
Cross collateral. Okay, that's one to write down. We do that. The other one, hold on,
is one time, what happens is people want to then rent their house out when they want to go buy the new one. But when we rent the house out, we have to show the bank the lease, we have to show the bank the deposit. Sometimes that timing doesn't work really well. Well, we have a bank that'll just use the market rent when you're departing that house to buy the new one. And you don't have to do anything quasi fuzzy with a rent and a deposit, if you catch my drift. So keep that in mind. That's departing residence, cross collateral. Mike has a comment on the cross collateral.
Yeah, is that primary residence or non-owner only?
Both.
Oh, okay.
Both. Yeah, we can do them on both, right? They go to 75% of the combined values of both houses. So you can have a loan of $3 million if your houses are worth $4 million. Cool. Great. All right. Thanks, everybody.
Awesome. Thank you, Alex. Thank you so much to our affiliate partners. All right, let's take a look at our events that we have coming up. One of the things we want to promote, Brad Jones, why don't you come on up here and talk about the drive that we're doing right now? Oh yeah, Brad. Yes, thank you. What are you guys doing here?
We're doing a donation drive for Mental Health America. It's a cause that's very important to us. There's a big red box. Thank you, Halley, for wrapping our box up front. So if typical donation items, food, non-perishable food, personal hygiene items, clothing and things. But the MHA is providing services for mentally ill people, both housed and unhoused. So there are a lot of people that don't have housing, and they're still getting services from MHA. Some of the things, I mean, bags of socks, non-perishable foods. One of the things they asked about was solar powered phone chargers, because so many of these people get free phones from the state when they're unhoused, and then they can't charge them. Where are you going to charge them? People, they get kicked out of the Starbucks, they get kicked out of the McDonald's when they want to plug in their phone. And something like that, you don't think about that often, but it can be very helpful. A lot of other things on here, gift cards. I'll leave this stack of suggested donation items up at the front. Anything you can do to help. Drive goes through middle of July. I don't know the exact date, 14th, something like that. But if you can help, we'd appreciate it.
Yes.
Thank you.
You guys, thank you so much, Brad. Thank you. And again, a great opportunity to connect with your clients in your sphere, to share that you're doing and participating in this drive here. Yes. Yes. Great. So you guys saw Doug on here. Doug is happening here in just a couple minutes, so you guys can get a little bit of a break, use the restroom, come back and sit and keep meeting with Doug and his team. We have our real estate using Canva class happening tomorrow with Dougie and Summer, where they're going to share all the tips and tricks. You guys can get a chance to ask them questions. Come in tomorrow at noon. We have Bold again happening on Thursday. I know I'm bold. It's not too late for you to join us. We've got a huge group of people that registered over this last week, so we're excited to see more names on the list. Again, we'd love to help you get there. Come and chat with me so we can get you registered. Book club's happening this Thursday. The Power of Habit here in the office. They're meeting from 5 to 6, and it's not too late to come and participate. I know they'd love to have you around the table. And that's it, you guys. Thank you so very much for your time and attention. Hope you had fun. Congrats. Congrats. Thank you, everyone on Zoom.
You're not speaker, right?
Bye, guys.